walk out right now. It's cool.
With that too.
And
Let's
as a
go.
kid, how many games did you attend? Celtics games did you home games did you attend?
I probably got to, lucky if I got to one or two a year. Um, hard ticket to get back in those days. But I got to, probably a couple a year. Yeah.
And who were your favorite players on those Celtics teams?
Larry Joe Bird, for sure. Um, all those guys. Dennis Johnson was another one I really liked too. But Bird and Johnson.
What can you say about Justin Champagnie and sort of his spirit and how he approaches the game when he's on the court?
Competitive guy. That's one of the reasons we liked him. The intangible things he brings to the game: fearlessness, physicality on defense, his ability to rebound. He's done a nice job. He stepped in this opportunity, but it's not surprising. He did the same thing for us last year and was playing very well in our G League. So he's done a nice job for us.
You talked a lot about how you want to build a team with multiple ball handlers. Is Boston a really good example of the value of having multiple guys from it up?
For sure, yeah. They obviously got a lot of guys who can make decisions, a lot of guys who can handle the ball. Usually almost five guys usually on the court who can all do that at the same time. It's really difficult to guard. That's something that for our team, we know where we are, but we want to develop a style of play that's going to allow our guys to grow, but also going to be something that when we have sustained success, it's going to allow us to do that. And I think that's the best way to approach it.
What about having those five ball handlers makes it so hard to guard?
Everybody's a threat to pass it, shoot it, score it, make decisions. You can't just leave one guy, not guard one guy. They can all make plays. Today's NBA, you need to have as much space on the court, but you need guys who can make quick decisions, and that's not just on the offensive end. That's on the defensive end too.
Brian, what makes Marvin Bagley such a really good offensive rebounder?
He has a knack for it. He always has. The pursuit. Just wants to pursue, but he's got really good timing. He's got really good hands. Something he's done his whole life, but he's got a knack for the ball.
You always mentioned the speed you guys play with kind of bothering Boston early in some of those games. Has that been the thing? You've been able to see them a couple of times now. You want to play them fast. Has that been the thing going into those?
It's not just Boston. That's kind of how we want to play. We want to defend and rebound, but we want to play at a pace that allows us to get up good shots, not just in the transition, but also in the half court. So that counts movement too. But we want to explore shots early in transition. Boston's the team we play tonight, so that's how we're going to play regardless. So.
DK, what allowed Noel to get into that rhythm in Cleveland the other night?
I think it's, to be honest with you, someone asked me this question earlier. It's his focusing on his defense. I think he's been really even improved during this stretch. And if you see some of the stats that he's thrown up, the steals, the blocks, the activity, the deflections, he's putting all the work in behind the scenes on his offensive craft. We knew that stuff would turn. And just being aggressive, just want him to be aggressive, which he was in the other games. But I think just settling into, I'm going to guard, I'm going to do all the right things, and then when the shots come, I'm going to take them. And I think that's been a great approach for him. Great growth.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
With JP, what allows him to be able to hunt his shot, hunt his scoring, but also to focusing on making sure that he's doing what he needs to do to get his teammates around him involved?
We want Jordan to be aggressive. I think that's the one thing I've said from day one coaching Jordan, because he's going to be probably the top of the scouting report for every team. When he's aggressive for himself, that's going to lead to shots for others, because he's going to draw a crowd. He's going to get into the paint. He can spray out for threes. So we want him to be aggressive first for himself, and if he has a shot, take it. If not, then make the right read. For the most part, he's done that for us, and he can generate offense. So we just want to continue him to be aggressive.
Brian, your team comes out and they pace the game in the first quarter. You go punch for punch with the Celtics, maybe a quarter and a half, but eventually they kind of lose that. Is it hard to drive that home, to pace a game like that in 48 minutes?
I think it's something that we're learning, the mental stamina to do that. And that's a growth too. That's a great question. For us, we want to play a certain way. Can we do that for longer and better? We've shown stretches where we can do that this year. I would say recently we've been better with that, but we want to be able to string more minutes doing the way we want to play. We're not there yet. We got a lot of work to do, but it's something we're trying to establish.
Brian, Boston puts up 53s a game. Cleveland got up 50 on Friday. Are these teams, I'm not just speaking for you, but maybe in general in the league, are these teams forcing other teams to have to shoot threes as well? Because if you don't,
shooters. But because these elite teams do that, does it force teams to do it as well?
For sure, I think Boston does the last two teams. They do a great job of creating good threes, and they don't take like bad shots. Like both teams take great threes. This is a reason their offenses are super efficient. They obviously have some really good players, but yeah, you can't have a too much disparity in this league anymore. It's going to be very difficult for any team to win. There's a reason teams are playing this way. The math does average out to be the right shots. Hard team to stop taking them. That's the reality, but we got to do our best to do that tonight.
This is a tough draw. These two games out of between Cleveland and Boston played Cleveland really hard. What have you seen from your guys in that respect?
We love the challenge. We've played some tough teams. We relish to play against the great players, the great teams, the great organizations. It's an opportunity for us to grow. So embrace it. We had Cleveland the other night. It was great. Got the best team in the league coming in here tonight. Let's go compete.
Christian's playing with the Go today. With the time that he missed earlier in the season, what do you want to see from him for the rest of the year?
Two things. You want him to start impacting the game on the defensive end, being a defensive anchor, and then continue to do what he does offensively, which is stretch the court, decision maker, playmaker. Those are the things he's really good at. Really happy for him that he's back on the court today.
And then turnovers and fouls were a bit of an issue in the last matchup with Boston. As you guys get these repeated matchups with some teams, what do you want your team to take from prior experiences to try and show them growth?
I think you're always learning from the last time you played teams, but that's a couple of weeks ago. They had different personnel playing. We have different personnel playing. So we want to keep thinking about the stuff that we want to play and how we want to play. Always things you can learn, but we're always going back to how we're trying to establish our program here.
Coach, what have you made of Jared Butler's performance in the wake of all the injuries?
Jared's been solid and always has been. Like, he's a steadying presence for us, gets our team organized, runs the show, and then he's showing good competitiveness on the defensive end. So Jared, always when he gets an opportunity, always produces well.
You mentioned the steadiness. He's only 24, but does he play older than he is? Is he a guy who, like the rookies, especially Bub, can look to as a picture of that steadiness?
I think he's a good example of how you prepare. Sometimes he's been in, sometimes he's not. Nothing changes for him. He's steady. He does his work. And when he gets his opportunity, what's called, that's a great example to all of our players.
There were a couple times in the Cleveland game where in timeouts you and Jordan were having like some pretty animated conversations. What are those in-game moments like between like two smart, competitive basketball minds trying to win a game?
I don't remember any of those, but it's a great question. We always just tell each other the truth, and that's okay. That's how we always handle things with our team. If we see something, we just deal with it straight on, and then we move on to the next play.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.